And we are live. I'm Steve Metrics. That's your boy.
DJ Triggs.
And together we are No Debate Sports here on week 8 of the NFL, DJ Triggs. And just when I thought I had a game under wraps, and I'm like, well, my opponent's got this one guy named Tucker Kraft. If that guy goes bonanzas, I'm back into a tight one. And he did go bonanzas.
You know what's crazy? I put week 7 in the review up top. Oh no. I'm the
Uh-oh.
worst. I'm the worst. Hey, look, I Tucker Kraft, right? That's a great way to start. And that's why I think I'm in a week behind because we had that tie a couple weeks ago. So when I look at our record, it says 5-1 and 1.
That
And I'm
looks
like,
great.
it looks kind of cool, but then I'm like, wait, but we had a bye week, and then there was another. Wait, am I adding this up correctly? I don't know what day I'm in, and now I'm confused.
Totally, man. Totally. But yeah, now as time progresses, the bye week actually looks better and better. And people forget a bye week, or sorry, a tie is half of a win and
Yep.
half of a loss. So it really, like the fact that it's less than 2 losses, that speaks volumes, actually. I mean, Tampa Bay is a really good team that a lot of us regard, and I'm wearing the shirt because the defense took care of business for me yesterday.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, Green Bay's record is better than Tampa Bay's.
Now I'm just saying, now let's talk about Tucker Kraft, right?
Oh yeah,
Uh, it is it's gonna be crazy. Is Tucker
yeah.
Kraft the best tight end in football?
I would probably go second. I think clearly the best tight end in football is yet again a rookie, and it's I mean, watching the games, seeing the fact that this guy plays fullback, 100% Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren is awesome, and I love watching that guy every play. And he does so much in the run blocking. He's basically when the New England Patriots were running 2 tight ends, and
Okay.
one of them was playing running back. Tyler Warren's playing fullback for Jonathan Taylor, and then he's also playing fullback for himself. So you combine that with also being a pass catching tight end, it's fantastic. But Tucker Kraft is absolutely one of my favorite tight ends as well.
So I only ask this because only 2 tight ends are in the top 20 in yardage right now,
Yeah,
and that's Tyler Warren, yeah, 50 um, targets. Am I right? Right? Make sure I'm right there. Yeah, 50 targets,
yeah,
37 receptions for 492. Tucker Kraft's only got 30 receptions for 469.
yeah,
He's like 3 or 4 yards more. And then, I mean, the big part about this, uh, Tucker Kraft is tied for second in the league in touchdowns.
yeah. It's awesome. Like seeing
His
seeing
yak is nuts.
yeah, his yak is nuts. He is gosh, it almost reminds me of like George Kittle in his prime, kinda is the vibe I'm getting from watching him play. It's a lot of nasty football. I mean, granted, the catch where there was kind of that lob and he just kind of magically received it and then ran after that. That's a weird play. That's a once in a season kind of play. But what he does after the catch normally is very impressive. And the fact that he is such a red zone threat, just like Tyler Warren is, really makes you know that when you get to the end zone, it's going to be either him or it's going to be Josh Jacobs or it's going to be a mixture of wide receivers, to be honest. But I feel way better knowing that I have either a tight end in Tucker Kraft or the running back in Josh Jacobs for Green Bay for fantasy.
Okay.
But that's kind of how I would roll with it.
This is where I'm gonna get a little dicey. Because
Yeah.
then now listen to this. This is where it gets nuts.
Yeah.
He is fourth in yards after the catch
Oh yeah,
in the
easily.
entire league. So Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, Jamar Chase, Tucker Kraft. Like,
That's
what?
fantastic. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and granted, there's going to be maybe about two of those big plays in last night's game is going to play into that for sure.
Yep.
But I mean, just knowing how he plays normally, he is very tough to take down. He is probably a good two players at least to take him down after the catch.
Oh,
So
for
that
sure.
yak is really going to take you on. And same thing too, even with Tyler Warren, these guys are just so massive that they're hard to take down. And for me, I mean, yeah, I'm a Raider. I love seeing what I see out of Brock Bowers when he plays, but he's a different kind of tight end. He's more of a pure pass catcher that gets naturally open like a CeeDee Lamb or a Travis Kelsey. Those guys just kind of oddly do things with how they position their body, and they're just wide open. That's how they make their magic. But a guy like Tucker Kraft is still going to run a really good route, and same thing with a Tyler Warren or a George Kittle. But then once they receive that pass, that's when they're going to start making their damage downfield. They're still going to go for almost 10 yards after that catch.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like Tucker Kraft. I mean, yeah, a little biased. And I'm clearly wearing a Green Bay Packers hat, but like there, I've listened to this guy do like press conferences and interviews, and he's always trying to hit someone. Like that is his whole MO. Like he wants to find
Yes.
a guy, run that person over, and then go do his thing. And you're like, this guy's nuts. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
exactly what I want from a tight end.
Yeah.
I'll say a name from way back then that was, all pro. Mark Shimura, Chewy, was another
Yep.
guy that he was just like, I'm just going to bang bodies. I'm not the fastest guy. Now, I did watch Tucker Kraft put on put the wheels on, put the burners on last night. And I was like, oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even know he was that fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Like he left a couple guys and I was just like, oh, all right. I'm in.
Right. And I think the thing was a lot of people expected him to be kind of more of a complimentary tight end, think that Luke Musgrave was going to be the
Yeah.
guy. And there were some nice, I mean, whoever put together that highlight reel, Luke Musgrave, they did a fantastic job because it has been nothing like that highlight reel since he's been in the pros. And now I mean, those two players are nowhere near each other. The ability that Tucker Kraft has now, he's probably going down in our eyes as probably the best tight end for the Green Bay Packers. He's a cool guy. He's a good guy. On top of that, super cool to watch.
Whoa. Whoa. I don't know about best tight end for the Green Bay Packers. I mean,
But he's in
well,
his what, second year, right?
no, Kraft's been around a couple of years. More than
Him and
maybe
Musgrave came in together. I know. Is this
what
year
is it?
2 or 3?
Uh 3, I want to say.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, definitely year 3. Um, yeah, and that's, to be honest. I mean, I know people like to say a lot of stuff about year 2s for tight ends and wideouts, but year 3 can be just as impactful as year 2. To be honest, if you're really building that trajectory, and especially for a team like Green Bay, which has so many wideouts, a guy like Tucker Kraft who can be really that real go-to guy for Jordan Love, and we see it. His go-to guys are Romeo Dobbs, Tucker Kraft, and Josh Jacobs if a play breaks down. That's really it. And
Yeah.
that's what you like to see. I mean, especially for fantasy, but just flat out just watching that offense, you can just see how that offense really actually does flow through Tucker Kraft and Josh Jacobs.
See, that's the weird thing though. There's something wrong with Josh Jacobs. I don't know what it is right
Oh,
now.
okay.
And they don't say there's an injury, but like Emmanuel Wilson had more yards on the ground than
Oh
him.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
split carries. It was weird.
Right. Yeah, because I kind of watched I watched the game last night, fell asleep, then I woke up, watched it on condensed replay, and Emmanuel Wilson definitely took over, did some stuff. Same thing too. I was watching the Philly game as well. Saquon Barkley, they're saying it's a groin, maybe, but to me it looked like a hamstring issue. You can tell when the other guy shows up and starts playing, the initial guy definitely got hurt. Like that's real. And there's actually a lot of first string running backs that got hurt yesterday.
Oh boy. Let let's finish this one off. I mean, the
Sure.
game was pretty tight, and I know I make the joke every week, but LaFleur, the coach of the Packers,
Yeah.
I have no idea what he does in the first half.
It looked bad, like so bad. And I'm watching this. I'm like, this is exactly why I have my concerns with Jordan Love. It's like it is
Mhm.
very well scripted. It is a very quick, meticulous
Wait,
method of making your
can I pause you?
progressions. Yeah,
Can I pause you for a sec?
yeah,
I think the script is really bad, though. Like we
right.
talk about
I agree.
LaFleur being one of the best offensive minds and all of this and that.
I gotta
That
lower
that
him.
first that first half
Bad.
every week has been horrible. And then
Yes.
they pop off for I think Jordan Love hit 20 completions in a row at one point,
He
and
broke
then
that record. Yes.
lit him up for 28 in the second half.
He looked different. Just totally different.
Yeah. And
Yes.
you can tell like there's open Tucker Kraft's going across the middle. Not McCaffrey. Christian Watson's going down the sideline.
Yep.
I'm just like, we can't run the football to save our life, but
Yeah.
we're exploding all over them.
Yeah, I think this scripted play thing going on with Jordan Love isn't working, to be honest.
No.
I think this is, and people have always said this, that he's more of a Brett Favre guy than he is an Aaron Rodgers guy. And the play where Jordan is swinging to his right as a pocket pressure is working its way to him from his left, and then he just kind of whips it across his body to the left, and then the ball just falls naturally into Christian Watson's hands. That is beautiful. That kind of
Yeah.
stuff. That's basically only a very select few quarterbacks have that ability, and you have to have that chemistry. You have to know your offense. You have to know where these guys are wide open. Even to a degree, Aaron Rodgers did that
Oh,
earlier in the game with Pittsburgh, and that was a beautiful play too. So that's kind of what it takes to get that to happen. But when I see stuff like that, it tells me that the wheels are turning in the quarterback's brain, and they are figuring out how the plays are working their way downfield as a play develops. So that's some really cool stuff I like to see, because earlier in the game I'm like, this is exactly when I watched Green Bay against Washington, and I had major concerns of what Jordan Love was thinking. And I wonder, if is that more so part of that weird script that LaFleur does that just flat out doesn't work?
yeah. I I don't understand. But it is kind of cool to see that, all that hype that came in about he may be an MVP, and yeah, we have, the Daniel Joneses and the Drake Mays of the world just popping up out of nowhere, but his numbers are top 10 in just about every category, and he's
Yeah, now
played
they are.
one less game. So,
Yep.
I mean, if,
Yep.
if they're the best team in the NFC at the end of the, run, it's going to come down to him and Baker.
Yeah, it's going to come down to him and Baker. But again, too, a team that I've watched pretty closely the last 3 weeks. I'm telling you, man, if Philly has all of their guys, even minus Saquon Barkley, but they still have the Tank Bigsby kind of style running back, I think Philly is top notch. Seeing how that team
Yeah.
is when they have Jalen Carter is nuts. And like, I love watching the progressions a quarterback makes. And you can feel it with Jalen Hurts on the field. For all this weird stuff that people talk about Jalen Hurts, and maybe the numbers aren't there, but when you have an offensive line like that and you can run the ball down people's throats, I really care about that high completion percentage. Are you converting first downs? And are you making those big plays when it matters most? And Jalen Hurts does that consistently. Even with a guy like AJ Brown, who we know they don't get along, but the throw he threw to Jahan Dotson was absolutely gorgeous. Devontae Smith is the guy. He is the guy on the Philadelphia Eagles. But watching Jalen Hurts play quarterback is really smart, to be honest. And I'm starting to see more of that kind of creep into Jordan Love as you work your way through a game. And I think you got to take these training wheels off and say, hey, we know the plays that work with Jordan Love, and let's kind of ad lib those as the game happens, and see what happens from it. I think you're going to do way better in those first half games, because you're going to find opponents eventually that are going to shut you down in the second half and the first half. So you got to be able to adjust on the fly. And I think Jordan Love is that kind of guy that can do it.
Right. Oh, speaking of taking the training wheels off, watch this segue.
Okay.
We got my man Kirk Cousins back in the saddle. We took
Uh-oh.
off all the wheels. He probably doesn't even have any wheels left.
He
I,
doesn't.
I don't know what he has. Maybe crutches.
Just riding on
But
flat.
oh my! I mean, there
I
wasn't
know
much
some
to say
people have
about
ridden
this.
on
He kind of
flats.
broke Bijan Robinson, and Kyle Pitts was the best player on the field. I don't know what was happening. This game was one of those where it's like, oh, Tua's got 4 touchdowns. Who's he
Jeez.
throwing to?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a weird one, man. And to be honest, I really don't know much about this game other than the stats. I was looking at my fantasy team in the other league, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I got some stuff. Oh wait, in this super flex position, the guy's got Tua Tagovailoa having the best game of his life. I'm done.
Yep.
Like really weird stuff. And these are two teams that don't really play into my fantasy wheelhouse at this point, so I don't really know too much about the game. But I mean, I've always thought that Kyle Pitts should have a solid season this year, and yeah,
Yeah.
looks like he had that.
Yeah. I mean, he had 9 targets, 9 receptions for like
That's
50
solid.
yards or something.
I'll
I,
take that.
I'm not. Ugh. I'm never going to touch that guy ever again. But
That's fair though.
out of this group, Malik Washington, wide receiver for Miami, he was a guy
Yes.
that was on my waiver wire pickup.
Sure.
Came out with a touchdown and 5 targets, so that's pretty deep.
Yes.
Um,
Yep.
if Tua's
Yeah.
going to be slinging it all over the yard, might as well look at him. And Ollie Gordon, by the way, it's another guy, and I know you liked him before.
Yeah, I was seeing some stuff about Ollie Gordon going into the season, and I know people were a little concerned with what's his name out of Texas A&M, that young running back. But basically, people thought that Ollie Gordon out of Texas was going to be that next kind of guy. He has some nice shake and bake to him with how he plays. He's got good juke. He's got good breakaway speed, and you know the kind of running back that McDaniels is going to be looking for. So yeah, he's definitely going to have some big breakaway games throughout the season if he plays.
We'll, we'll make this one quick. This is my only question for you. I mean, yeah, the Jets won, great. Joe Flacco was really nice in some pickup time if you had a quarterback on bye or injury and
Yeah.
all that fun stuff. Yeah. But better quarterback, Justin Fields or Caleb Williams?
Uh,
Fantasy.
I
Fantasy.
Yeah, for fantasy, I mean, it's weird, and it's weird too, man. I have not seen the Jets game. I did see the Bears Ravens game, and that is just a weird game, man. A lot of weird, good defense, and to be honest, I thought the Bears were gonna win that game from that pass that Tyler Huntley threw, but the pass got deflected at the goal line or at the line of scrimmage, and then it was working its way to get intercepted, but it was so wobbly, so weird. But I really do like seeing what I see out of Caleb Williams. I haven't seen too much of Justin Fields. And I know people have concerns with how that offense operates, that it's not run based oriented enough. They're trying to do too much razzle dazzle Detroit Lions kind of style offense. So for those reasons, I'm going with Chicago. I know the rankings or with Caleb Williams. I know the rankings don't look good for the Ravens defense, but that Ravens defense did play really well against Chicago yesterday. And I mean, I'll be honest too, like the two best players on Chicago on offense, they kind of kept in check. They didn't let either of them break away. So they knew they had to take care of Roma Dunze. Rome had still a 100+ yard game, but he had no touchdowns. And they pretty much contained DeAndre Swift from having a crazy big plays. But DeAndre Swift, I mean, those are clearly the two best offensive players on Chicago.
Yeah. The, yeah, that's basically all I can say about Chicago. In the positive, I
Right.
I don't understand all the hype around Caleb Williams. Again, not me just being Packer guy or anything like that, but to be the number one pick, I'm thinking I'm thinking of guys like, Baker Mayfield or
Andrew
Herbert,
Luck.
Andrew Luck, and I know Herbert wasn't like, number one, but like he's more Kyler Murray to me. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they thought he was going to be Cam Newton, and he's Bryce Young. Like
Right.
I
Right.
think he's closer to that than he is a breakout quarterback. And I mean,
Right.
they put weapons all around him. Like you said, Roma Dunze, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, Colston Loveland. Like, what else do you need? Like last
Yeah.
year, they had Keenan Allen. We
Right.
all thought Keenan Allen was kind of getting burned out, and now
Yep.
he's the number one wide receiver in
LA.
LA, which
Yeah.
is nuts. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
I I
who
think
knows?
though too this offense is going to change a little bit, and there was also the fact that too there was no Cole Kmet in this game either.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a when you I mean what would Jordan Love be if he loses Tucker Kraft? That's kind of when you lose that really good tight end that you feel really secure with, that could play into this. And I mean, I keep watching Bears games, and honestly, yeah, he makes a nice catch here and there, but DJ Moore does feel out of place, man. He just doesn't feel right. Ever since basically he's been supplanted by Roma Dunze, it just doesn't feel right. Ben Johnson drafted Luther Burden. I expect, to be honest, I expect DJ Moore to be moved before the trade deadline. How this happens, I don't know. A friend of mine pointed out that trades in the NFL just typically don't work. If you really think about it, there's not really a single trade, to be honest, that really
Huh?
does pay off
Wait a minute,
mid-season.
George.
Mid-season.
Oh, okay. I was going to say George
Mid-season.
Pickens is paying off pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. If you do off-season trades, I think there's definitely stuff to them. But generally, mid-season trades are just kind of weird, and they don't really push the needle in any direction. But I mean, and that's the thing too is Chicago. They know that the years are starting to get up there with DJ Moore. He's kind of a. I've heard he can kind of be a malcontent a little bit, and I think Ben Johnson wants Burden to be that guy that he drafted. And to be honest, you can see how the plays develop more with Luther Burden, with how they're designed. Whereas a guy like a Olamide Zacchaeus, and he's great and he's out there a lot, but Zacchaeus is more of a progression made wide receiver. Whereas Burden, those plays are designed intentionally for Burden to be one of the first reads.
All right, so I was given the timeout there. Flag on the play.
Uh-oh.
Mid-season trade. There's a dude named Micah Parsons that kind of just wrecked a whole game last week.
Well, that was a preseason trade.
I mean, but that's close enough. That's
No,
like
no, 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 no. I just mean like mid-season trades that are made in the
I
middle
know,
of
I
the
know.
season.
I'm messing with you.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
messing.
the Micah
Um,
trade is great. And if I were Dallas, I would have done it too.
yeah, why not? Right. Why not? Especially if you couldn't afford them. Like, I get it.
Yep.
They went offense instead of defense, and it's kind of working out a little bit for them. But
Yeah.
speaking of offenses that are not working out for anybody, I mean, it might be time that we call up Dion and go, hey Dion, so we got your boy over here. You wanna come coach? Because I think the Dylan Gabriel experiment is over. Like,
Yeah.
I
I
know they,
tried to
they
tell
played New
people,
England,
yeah, he's not
but
good. Dylan Gabriel is not an NFL quarterback. And I've been
yeah,
trying to
he's
tell people
drafted
this
late.
forever.
Yeah. I mean, you trade away Big Joe
Flacco,
Flacco. He
Pickett.
goes over it. He's putting up a couple hundred every week, couple touchdowns. Yeah, they lost in a crazy game, but even me as Packer fan a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh boy, here we go. Like,
Yeah.
but
That's a
now
big
we're
arm.
talking right. We're talking uh they got rid of what's the old
Kenny Pickett.
Pittsburgh quarterback?
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, Kenny
He's my
Pickett's gone.
quarterback.
Joe Flacco's gone. Like the guy
They gotta
threw
go
for
Shadur. They gotta
like
go Shadur.
I know, and I mean I know we don't talk about QBR all the time, but 18. 18.
Yeah, that clearly on the negative end of QBR, with you being a bad quarterback, it does
Yeah.
actually tell you the truth. On the positive end, not so much. But if you're just bad, QBR will accurately reflect that, which is totally legit.
Yeah.
So
And
and I'll be honest. I mean, I understand the negative criticism that comes towards Shadur Sanders, but this team needs juice,
just a
and
shot in the arm. Just
yeah, like they need it bad. And I would rather see Shadur get the opportunity and fail than to have guys like Dylan Gabriel. And I know he's not on the team, but it would just irk me to see a guy like Kenny Pickett, who's on my team, who I can tell you is not any good. It really irks me seeing these guys that you think are better than Shadur, and I'm telling you they're not. Either Shadur is going to be better than them, or they're all going to fail. Like
yeah.
they're all going to be bad. So I think that's totally the right way to play it. And it's weird too because like I mean, yeah, I understand how these Colorado guys, they've basically played lackluster competition their entire college careers. But the one
Mhm.
who I actually like, because I like actually seeing him and his brain make the progressions downfield and work his way across the field, I actually do enjoy watching Shadur Sanders play quarterback and seeing what he makes out of a play. Whereas I think a guy like Travis Hunter, and we're seeing it in Jacksonville, I don't think that guy's that great. And obviously Shiloh with Tampa Bay, probably not that great either. So like
Yeah.
I would say, hey, if there's any hope amongst those three, I think it is Shadur. But they might all be bad. Maybe all the quarterbacks in Cleveland are bad. That's why Stefanski won Coach of the Year with 5 different quarterbacks a few years back.
So there's only 4 teams in the NFL that are putting up less than 150 points. That's Cleveland, which this is going to blow your mind. Jacksonville, Las Vegas,
There we go.
absolutely,
Thank you.
and Tennessee. And it's
Yeah,
like, but when I talk about those other teams, there's some defense there, like, yeah,
right.
Vegas might be pretty bad on offense. They're
Oh
they're
yeah.
they're barely over 100 points right now, which is nuts.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
mean, we didn't play this week. We also had a bye week the week before. So we actually
Yeah,
are the first team to have 2 consecutive bye weeks.
2 consecutive. But like the Cleveland Browns defense again, I watched them hold this Packer team. They are the only team to beat us, and it was in 5 minutes. So like you look at that type of stuff and you just go, why are they believing that Dylan Gabriel is the guy right now? You might as well
Right.
just see what Shador does and hope for the best.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the way to go about it. And plus the thing is too with their defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz, you cannot run the ball on Cleveland. So if you can't run the ball on Cleveland, then that tells me that Cleveland is either going to get blown out or they're going to be in a shootout.
Yeah.
And the first thing was accurate with New England. And with me with fantasy, I had a New England quarterback and a New England wide receiver. I was feeling great going into that game, seeing that Cleveland was my opponent because great, we're just not going to run the ball and we're just going to throw for days against Cleveland, and that's literally the only way you can really play actual football against a Jim Schwartz defense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I know people were saying, oh, this could be a weird trap game for New England. I don't know, the whole week ever since I saw that name listed as the opponent, I really thought New England was going to boat race Cleveland and just take them to the cleaners, and they did. I mean, I didn't see like Buffalo just trucking Carolina like they did, but I definitely had a good feeling that from all the games I've watched of New England that they could easily take care of Cleveland in the air.
No, this is about to sound crazy, and I understand. I know I'm crazy. Dylan Gabriel's only thrown over 200 yards one time in 4 games, right? It took them 4 games to go, Joe Flacco shouldn't be here, even though he beat the Green Bay Packers. Just saying.
Mhm.
Um, and had a dog fight with Cincinnati and all that other fun stuff. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it's taken us 7 weeks, and we still don't think Geno Smith is bad enough to stop playing quarterback. So if Dylan
That's
Gabriel
true.
four, like give
Uh,
the kid props.
Okay, there's a bye week coming up, right? For Cleveland.
who?
For
Cleveland?
Cleveland.
Okay.
They got a week a week 9 bye. Then they play the New York Jets.
That's cool. That'd
Right?
be the game. That's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, they're probably going to get boat raced by Baltimore because Lamar might be back and on a roll at that point.
Yep.
Then they play the Las Vegas Raiders. Just saying.
That could be a weird one, but it could go well too.
But it's not going to be the worst game. I mean, it's not going to be his toughest game in the world, you know.
Right.
For
I
two
think the
bad teams,
safeties
it
we
can be
have are
tough.
better than the corners.
True. I know. I have one of your. You know what? We're not going to talk about Nate Hobbs, but
Yeah.
then San Francisco. Now, by that point, they might have all their players back.
Yeah, they could be loaded.
Then they play Tennessee.
Yeah, they can win that game, definitely.
Right. This isn't that bad yet. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Tennessee can't throw because they have no O-line.
Chicago, who knows who shows up then? They might not be any good. Cleveland's defense is actually really, really good. So
yes, against the run. And Chicago's best weapon, as much as I love Roma Dunze, Chicago's best weapon, to be honest, watching a game is truly DeAndre Swift.
It is. That's why I drafted that guy. Yep. No, all right. Now they'll have Buffalo.
Oh, that ain't gonna go well.
Yeah, and they'll have Pittsburgh. I get it. Maybe that could be a toss-up. Now, let's say Shedeur Sanders is on a run at that point. Maybe they beat Pittsburgh. It wasn't that bad earlier when they played.
Yep.
And then a team that may not be playing, Cincinnati. So if you look at the standings right now we just gave them like a shot at like 5 wins or something, maybe 6. Yep. They are only 2 games back of winning the division right now.
Of right now, today?
Yep.
Wow.
They are 2 games back of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're 1 behind Cincinnati, and they're a half a game behind Baltimore.
Yeah, and like the main vibe I was getting earlier yesterday was that, to be honest, nobody really feels like Pittsburgh's going to win that division, or if they can, it's going to be by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah,
like no one feels that it's going to be easy for Pittsburgh to cross that finish line. And again, too, there are so many games left. There's like 10 plus games left for all these teams. Mm-hmm. So the fact that even Cleveland is only breathing down their neck by 2 games, that's pretty big.
And I just said they can maybe beat Pittsburgh. They can maybe beat Cincinnati. Yeah, they lose to Baltimore, but those division wins mean something, you know?
They do. Absolutely. And they all play each other tight.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
So next game, I don't know what to think of the 49ers. One game you think they're the greatest team ever, Mac Jones, and then this happens.
Yeah, this is definitely a game that I have to watch because I'm invested with 49er tight ends. And to be honest, the tight ends actually did play pretty well from this, just from my stat line of the guys I got. But how the rest of the team played, I don't know. And the thing is, granted, Mac Jones has a bigger arm and can make those big throws. But I still feel, to be honest, that this team does operate better with Brock Purdy. The kid has better eyes. He's got that. He has the mobility factor. I think when you stack all that together, I think really when Brock Purdy comes back and he's healthy, he definitely gets the reins back. Mac Jones is nice, but Mac Jones is absolutely a backup quarterback, and that will be his role in the NFL. Just being honest.
So this game is completely bananas. No one on San Francisco had more than 50 receiving yards. Check.
Is it? Wait, one other thing too. Isn't this an ex-49ers defensive coordinator that is the head coach of the Texans? So he knows that team.
DeMeco
Ryans knows San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he could know San Francisco, but the fact that combined, all running backs, 8 rush attempts. San Francisco is
Dang.
known to run the football. All 8 of them came from Christian McCaffrey.
Wow. That's wild. That
Yeah.
is really
And,
wild.
and now I'm going to start naming wide receivers, and let's see if anybody knows these guys.
Yep.
Xavier Hutchinson,
Nope.
Jalen Noel,
Nope.
Braxton Barrios,
Barrios, yeah, he's an ex-Jet kick returner.
Jaden Higgins,
Nope.
Jared Wayne.
Nope.
Yep, no idea. So if you somehow out there in the middle of nowhere picked a fantasy wide receiver who got a touchdown here, Xavier Hutchinson and Jaden Higgins, more power to you, because no one should have ever picked anybody on this team. I fell for Woody Marks for a while. Then Nick Chubb keeps getting the ball, and I mean he's got like 3 yards of carry, and they keep giving him the football. No idea.
Yeah. There's some weird stuff going on with that Texans offense. That's it's kind of what I've heard. When you got a team that had at least the players that were just making big time plays with the Texans before a bunch of their guys went down. All right, it makes sense, but how in the world that those guys are doing their thing, I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip Buccaneers and Saints.
It
If
went
anyone
exactly
likes
like I
Saints,
thought it would.
yeah, I mean,
Spencer Rattler makes some beautiful big time throws, and everything else when it comes to being a quarterback and dissecting a defense and making those intermediate throws to work your way downfield, he is completely terrible.
well, I'm gonna tell you this game went exactly like I thought it would, and no one would believe me. Dallas Cowboys got dubbed by the Denver
Denver.
Broncos,
Uh,
and Dak Prescott basically came back down to Dak Prescott land.
Yeah, and I'll stick to it. And I've basically been tooting this horn since the season started, and I kind of want to put this in sign, seal, deliver. Maybe it hits, maybe it doesn't. But I feel the best team in the NFL and the team that will win it all is the Denver Broncos. I'm riding that. I like what I see out of them. They win some weird, gritty games, and there's some weird people out there who don't like Bo Nix. I'm not one of those. I love what I see, and I thought that with this being a weird late night game in Denver, Dallas ain't used to that. I thought Denver would absolutely cook them, and they did.
I mean,
And you did too.
you know, I'm one of those. I'm not a Dallas hater by any means. I mean,
No, they're a
a
fun
little bit,
team
a
right
little
now.
bit. I like to hate them a little bit.
Yeah,
They're not. They're not a fun team though. They're not. They're
they
like
score 40
you.
points a game. That's
I
fantastic.
absolutely, absolutely against bad teams mostly, and the Green Bay Packers. But
Well,
at the same time, the Green Bay Packers lost to the Cleveland Browns. So
yeah, it's
it
weird.
just happened to be one of those weird days, right?
Yep.
But as I talked about the Chargers last year, the Dallas Cowboys are that team right now. Okay,
Yeah,
they play
they're
Philly.
doing it.
They lost. They beat the Giants. They played the Bears, who everyone thought was going to be great in the beginning of the season. They lost. The tie with the Packers. They boat race the Jets. They lose to the Panthers. They boat race the Commanders. They lose to the Broncos. Like,
They lost
yeah,
to the
Dak Prescott.
Panthers.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Can't do
Yep.
that.
Hey, I mean, but they beat up on these like, oh, these such bad teams, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, the Cowboys are back. Here we go.
Oh no. They're
You
they're
know,
not
like
back. They're gonna
no.
play teams tough, and they're gonna take some games here and there, but they're not a world beater. They're a team that'll take your lunch money, but they're not a team that will win a trophy, and they will not make the playoffs.
When Joe Milton the third comes in and has better numbers than Dak Prescott, just saying.
I don't know if you might have been saying it, but I've been saying ever since Joe Milton showed up there, I'm like, next time that Dak contract comes up, Joe Milton's taking his job.
I love it.
I am
'Cause,
there.
I mean, when at any time Dak Prescott plays a really good defense, he just doesn't show up. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Just I'm done with him.
Yeah, I mean, Joe. I mean, I saw the game he played last year against the Bills. I thought it was cool. As long as Joe Milton can just kind of start reading an offense, I mean, I gotta see more of it. But Joe Milton's got the arm that we know. If he can just kind of read that offense, do his thing, and just keep maturing in a Jordan Love esque style behind Rodgers ish, I think Joe Milton 2 years down the line from now is gonna be pretty good.
He could be the Malik Willis of 2028
Dallas.
or something.
Exactly.
Um, yeah. Speaking of 2025, though, the Indianapolis Colts is Daniel Jones. Is he the MVP? I
No.
I know
And
I
I'll be
want to say
honest,
Baker,
yeah,
but
I don't care how many games this team keeps winning. I'll watch them at some point for real. The game I saw against the Raiders was not for real. The game against the Broncos at the beginning of the season was kind of weird. I do like seeing Jonathan Taylor not staring down 8 guys in the box, so that's pretty cool. The way Tyler Warren plays is awesome, but I just think Daniel Jones just kind of does his thing in that offense. I still don't think Jones is a good quarterback. I mean, he whiffs on guys that are wide open, completely wide open, and that concerns me.
this is the thing about it, right? They just keep winning.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing too is they've made really good acquisitions. They have a very good general manager. They have a very good offensive minded head coach. I just think though, once we hit the playoffs, I think reality is going to set in for this team. I think somehow, some way, there's going to be a team that has Daniel Jones's number, and Jonathan Taylor's not going to get to do his thing. He will definitely run down you, but if they can figure out where Daniel Jones goes wrong and deal with that and win that turnover battle, I'll be honest. If they were to play the Chiefs in a playoff game today, I will absolutely take the Chiefs in that matchup
Which is
easily.
totally understandable. But then here's the problem, though. Like we're okay, they're 7-1, right? And the game they lost was against the Rams. The Rams were cooking, right?
Yeah.
So most people can't name a wide receiver on their team. Most people don't really know Tyler Warren unless you're a football guy.
Oof.
Like, I
Oof.
mean, most people just don't know tight ends in general. I mean, if I asked someone down the street to name the Green Bay Packer tight end, they'd probably go, Bubba Franks. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, they would.
but
They would.
Jonathan Taylor wanted out of there a couple years ago. The guy,
Yep.
he touched the ball. I can't make this up. He touched the ball 14 times. He had a buck 50 on the ground.
Dang. That's
Like,
absolutely fantastic.
they are just cooking. I just went through some of their. I was checking the scores of some of their games to see if like any of these were close. They
No,
are
they're
putting.
not.
They are literally putting up 30 plus every week, and it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if they're playing a good team, bad team, indifferent. Everybody's getting cooked.
Yep.
I I don't actually see any stars. Now Jonathan Taylor's a star. Don't get me wrong, but I don't see any like household names. I honestly can't name anybody on their defense, but
Yep.
they just keep boat racing people.
Yep.
And the teams they're supposed to beat, they just smoke them. You know what
Yeah.
this team reminds me of? The Detroit Lions last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. They got that.
Jared
Definitely.
Goff doesn't do very much, but he also doesn't put the ball in harm's way.
Right.
Then you lean on a running back. They even gave some carries to your boy Amir Abdullah yesterday. Um,
Yeah.
Like you lean on your running back and you just run him into the ground, but he also doesn't need 20 carries. He can have 10 to 15, couple catches out the backfield, and now he has 3 touchdowns, right? And and then they have a nice tight end like Sam Laporta. So
Right.
like they just dink and dunk you away. I mean, he
They
was
do.
averaging 9 yards a pass.
Yeah. Like it definitely shows though the way they can put plays together. It happens, and the thing is too. I mean, this team is built off of the model of Philadelphia. They are a Philadelphia prototype. Steichen comes from the Philadelphia system alongside Nick Sirianni, and it works. I don't know if really Daniel Jones is like a Jalen Hurts. Not not to be honest, but he does still have that crazy run capability. And in this game, he doesn't really run much at all. But if a play does break down and he takes off, Daniel Jones is fast. He is
Yeah.
absolutely one of the fastest running quarterbacks in the NFL. So that really plays into the system that Steichen likes. He's not going to be able to really kind of take off and run at will. To be honest, even kind of like a Jackson Dart style. But he's a guy that is a football player. He has a massive frame to him. He's very tall. He can see over an offensive line. He can see through a defense. Those traits matter,
Yeah.
and Daniel Jones does have that. But there is something weird to him just missing guys who are completely wide open, and that kind of stuff, and not having that cold assassin killer instinct, that matters as well. So I think when things get tough, and especially when the Colts have to, well, they might not have to play too many outdoor games, being at home with a crazy good record in the playoffs. But there will come a time where they do play a defense that can kind of shut them down. That's when we're really going to see what this team is made of. I mean, we saw Minnesota with 3 losses last year not look that great in the
Mm-mm.
playoffs. So these regular season games don't mean too much when
Right.
you're a team that's kind of exotic, and Indianapolis is definitely an exotic team.
Yeah. Any other football stuff you got? I know we got Kansas City and the Commanders, but Marcus Mariota's playing, so I mean, yeah, if the Commanders
Yeah.
win, I'll eat my words, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, and the thing is too, I mean, I know this because I saw him play for my team for a hot minute, and I've seen him have some nice games here and there. Basically, the MO to Mariota is if he can run around like a gingerbread man and he can just kind of do his thing running, he can't be stopped in a game. It's bizarre. Like that's his thing. He has to be able to run all over the place and do crazy Marcus Mariota magic. If he cannot do that and he has to play conventional quarterback, he gets eaten alive.
He's already thrown an interception.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to hear. And plus, I'm up against that Commanders defense in fantasy, so I'm hoping that Commanders defense is out there for a lot of time on the field this game. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, he'll probably be fine. Now, time to
Buck it up.
ah,
Oh, we're both wearing
but
Bucks shirts today and a hat. Yep.
no, I'm not acknowledging that. But
Okay.
I will acknowledge one buck. Let me. I know we've only played 3 games, but listen to these numbers because they don't make any sense.
Okay.
Okay, Giannis is scoring 36 points a game. He is shooting again 67% from three. He's taking 2 threes a game, only 2 threes, and
That's
he
good
is
enough.
knocking them down. Uh, 16 rebounds,
My gosh.
7 assists.
My gosh. It's like Angel Reese out there.
I mean, but he's shooting 70% from the field.
Yeah.
He does. He's not. He's literally just dunking on people, hitting open threes, and grabbing everything.
That is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I mean that's what it takes. I mean, I kind of kept tabs on the game. I think it was last night or the other night,
Yeah, the
where the
Cleveland.
Bucks came up a little short against Cleveland. But Cleveland's solid, man.
Yeah,
They're going to be at the top of the conference for this season.
and we didn't have
Um,
a starting point guard either.
that plays into it. That definitely plays a big time determining factor. So yeah, I mean, I would feel pretty good about Milwaukee at this point, And even when they traded for what's his name from Indianapolis, Miles Turner, right? Yeah,
And they
like
signed him. Signed.
yeah, yeah. So making that happen, I think that was signing a big time free agent like that, and also wrecking an opponent that's kind of a rival.
Yeah.
I think is a huge play, and I think the guy makes a lot of sense on the roster, to be honest.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to give you more stats because I'm not just going to homer it up over here.
All
All right. I'm
right,
not even going to tell you the name of this guy. And I bet by the last stat I give you, you're going to be like, oh, yeah. Yep. I know that guy. All right. 33 points, 13 rebounds, 6 blocks every game. what?
my gosh,
Like, what?
that makes me think of the second coming of Ben Wallace.
Uh,
Um,
except this guy plays offense, 33 points a game.
Jeez, and the guy plays offense.
And
Um,
apparently he might have gained like 2 inches. I don't know.
is this Bobby Portis or something?
Oh, he's not on our team. Not on our team.
Oh, my gosh.
But this is a mythical creature. like,
Huh.
oh,
Wow,
I got the
that's
blocks would get you.
interesting. Interesting. Yeah, the blocks on this.
He's
Uh,
an alien. He's an extraterrestrial.
okay. Okay. Interesting. Um, I don't know. Did we trade for like an Eastern European guy that used to play for the Miami Heat or something?
No, this guy is a Western Western European guy. Uh,
Okay.
but this is Victor Wembanyama's stats right here.
They are, to be
33,
honest.
13, and 6 blocks a game. I mean, like, who has 18 blocks in 3 games?
That's pretty crazy. It's an
Yeah.
insane amount of blocks.
That- I've never seen 6 a game. Like,
Yeah, six a game is absurd. And if you can
I'm just making up
keep
numbers.
anything close to that, that's pretty good.
I'm going to see if there's anyone close to it in the league right now.
Yeah.
No, everyone else. So as you talked about Miles Turner, he is number 2 in the league with Jaren Jackson Jr. at 2.3. Victor Wembanyama had that in like 1 quarter.
My goodness. Yeah, that's
Oh,
wild.
this season is already nuts, and like I don't know who to blame or like there's 10 guys averaging 30 right now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, early in the season though, that should be a thing. That should be.
I mean, it shouldn't be guys shooting up 20 shots a game. It's insane.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking at everything just going, I don't even know who's good right now. Like there's teams beating teams that I'm like, is Charlotte good? I don't know. The Suns were supposed to be bad. They're kind of good. I don't know.
Right.
I'm just here for basketball at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of hard to say about. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, personally, I'm not a big fan of the NBA starting the season at this point. So it's a little hard to keep tabs on,
Right.
but seeing those stats, especially out of Victor Wembanyama, is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the Pistons were going to be good. They're getting beat by 25 right now.
Ooh.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, last year was kind of a shocker that Detroit was really good. So are they regressing back to what they were? I don't know. We'll see.
Cooper Flagg, that's another one. I know I put him in the description. Cooper Flagg's playing point guard at 6'8".
Awesome. I love it. When I caught some of those Duke games last year, I did see him play point. And then Houston was a weird game. But Cooper Flagg, yeah, I mean, I really like what I see out of him. And again, if Dallas can just kind of hover their way into the postseason, that's a scary team, man. You get back Kyrie Irving late in the season. I think this team can absolutely do some damage.
Listen to this starting lineup because I watched their game the other day. Um, I believe they lost, but either way,
Right.
no. They beat Toronto.
Okay.
Uh, Cooper Flagg 6'8". Clay
Okay.
Thompson 6'8". PJ Washington 6'7". Anthony Davis 6'10". Derek Lively is 7'1".
Wow. That's pretty wild. That team is massive.
Yeah. And then it's funny because then their second unit's all pretty short.
Eh, yeah, I mean that happens. But yeah, I mean Dallas is one of those teams that I placed a before the season bet on to see how far that team would make it,
Okay.
and they're definitely a team I like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not against that.
How
They're
about
worth it.
because you're kind of more in tune with it than I am? How about the team that I think is absolutely going to win it all? If for at least the very least, if my Dallas Mavericks don't take the West, how about those LA Clippers?
Oh, oh.
That's a
Uh,
sneaky deep team.
so not even just deep. Let me see if I can find it really quick because I'm pretty sure I watched the game,
Yeah.
but they beat the Trailblazers. I want to say Kawhi and James Harden both had triple doubles,
Wow.
but I could be wrong, and I don't want to say it but I've already said it, so I kind of said it.
Aw. Okay.
All right, let's see. Kawhi had 30, 10, and 4. Nope. So maybe it was double doubles. I thought it was a triple double. Maybe I'm losing my mind. But either way, Zubac, James Harden, John Collins, Kawhi Leonard, all were just lighting it up. And I was
Yeah.
just like, what am I watching? I don't know. They're pretty studly. Like,
Nice.
it's gonna be tough to beat that team.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that team is absolutely loaded. I like the odds I got for betting that team when I did, and we'll just have to let it play out, see how it goes. But I definitely think the Clippers are a very solid team in the West.
But you want to hear something funny? They lost to the Jazz.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. What was it
No.
in Utah though?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then that makes sense because when you play an early season game in elevation, you will get caught off guard for that.
Yeah, very solid.
So that's
I'm just
fair.
mad about that game that Brooke Lopez plays for them, and it makes me upset.
Yeah, it does. I never thought that guy would leave, to be honest. But if you found your way to that Clipper team, pretty smart.
Now, before we get out of here, did you hear about the scandal going on in the NBA?
Yes, and it is very interesting. I've heard a little bit about this. I've heard basically when this story initially broke, this would have been under the Biden administration, that the FBI still had more stuff that they were digging into this.
Yep.
And I know that basically ESPN wanted to say that this story was like that was it with whoever they were figuring out was doing this. What was it? I think Kevin Porter's brother is kind of one of these guys too. But I heard that basically there was more going on with this,
Hmm.
and I mean I don't know Chauncey Billups. I mean, I definitely could see him kind of thinking that, hey, this might be a good idea. But after hearing that guys like him and Terry Rozier have all made over 100+ million in their life, I don't get why you're doing this.
Terry Rozier is
Um,
making $20 million a year to sit on the bench right now.
that's sick, man. Why you'd even be even considering gambling on games is very weird. The
So,
other thing I heard, well, real quick, was
yeah, go ahead.
I heard is he part of this? Is Scott Foster in this as well?
I don't know. They've been bringing up names, and I'm not really sure who's doing what. But
Right.
Chauncey Billups wasn't exactly gambling on games.
How'd it go?
He's in a mafia sting.
And I've heard about mafia stuff as well with this.
I was watching ESPN, and obviously they're affiliated with ABC. They
Right.
had the ESPN coverage with the ABC people like locked in, And I'm just sitting
Wow.
there listening, going, because I was traveling a lot the last week, and someone said it to me, and I just kind of was like, because they know I'm a sports guy, and I'm just like, all right, that what? Chauncey
Yeah.
Billups. I'm like, he's a coach now. What are you talking about? And then all of a sudden on the radio, I heard something, something, Terry Rozier, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Terry Rozier's suspended? Like, what? And
Right.
I wasn't putting things together, and now I've gotten a little bit more. But so there were these high stake poker games that were being played. And
That's Gilbert Arenas too, right?
it's funny. I watched his so he does his the Gills Arena podcast on YouTube and stuff like that. Um and he comes out with a bag that says like informant or something, and he's like making fun of the whole scenario. It was great. Um but so I guess there is these high stake poker games,
Right.
and they just started off, normal. Well, then Chauncey Billups, from what I'm again, I could be speculating a little bit, but he was bringing guys in that had money. So all of a sudden, the mafia started to pick up on this, like, oh, hey, and they called him something like the face card or something was the FBI nickname, and he basically was their face. Like, oh, this multi-million-dollar guy, he's in these games. I want to be in these games. Well, the thing was, the entire poker game, and man, when they were explaining this, I'm not gonna lie, I'm smiling a little bit. It sounded like the coolest AI video game thing I've ever heard. So the reason Chauncey Billups is going down, right? Him being the face card, everyone else they were fish. The entire poker game, everyone, including Chauncey Billups, was in on it. So they had these special deck shufflers that would shuffle it, and they had some sort of sensors in them that would tell them who had the best hand at the table. And so they
Oh.
would set these people, these millionaires up, and the millionaires would come in there, and of course it's big money, so it's probably not on the up and up anyway.
Right,
So they
right.
can't just go out crying and, oh, these guys stole my money. And who's gonna go and say to the cops that the mafia stole their money? You probably can't. But
Right.
they said the tables had like sensors in them where it could read the cards, or they could see the cards or something. Like everything, the way they were, if you can find like the press release or the press
Sure.
conference, dude, they're explaining this, and I'm sitting there going, wait, this is real? Oh,
Right.
sensors and card. And then by the end they go, yeah, everybody, and they start naming, like, oh, this is a fish and this is the face card, blah blah. Like, they go, everybody was in on it except the mark at the time. And I'm like, what? Mafia can
Weird.
do that? Because like you think of the old mafia movies and Tommy guns and stuff like that. Like, I know I'm a little
Right.
naive, but like they have that type of like technology. Like, I didn't know anybody had that.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was. I swore it was earlier this year. Gilbert Arenas did get busted for something like this, right?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe.
Yeah, there
Let me
there
check.
was definitely a story about, I swear it was Gilbert Arenas, and something about big time poker games, and something about big time money going down, and I don't know how it went, but that might actually be related to this. But I mean, I thought I was hearing about Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier throwing games. And again, this hit during my work week. I didn't really catch too much of it. But yeah, some really weird stuff going on with this, that I'm, again, these guys with so much millions of dollars. I've heard basically they do this for the thrill of it. And I'm sorry, man, I can't relate to it. And granted, I don't have that money, but I can't relate to why you would even fathom it. It's pretty bizarre.
Okay, he did it. Not related. So Gilbert
Right.
Arenas he was hosting actual poker games with like
Correct.
it was a he basically got hit with one charge of conspiracy to operate illegal gambling.
Correct.
That's it. So
Yes.
like, which I mean, I say that's it. He lost like 1 million plus, but like these were set up like money laundering and all types of just
Schemes.
like cool gangster stuff, right? Like,
Yes.
and yeah, the setup of games. So, uh, there were people betting, and this is where Terry Rozier comes in. There were people betting on the prop bets of like, and Damon Jones, if you remember that name from back in the
Sure.
day with Cleveland, and I want to say he was with Miami, Milwaukee, all over the
Yeah,
place.
he was
But
on Milwaukee, I recognize.
yeah, he was 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
And so those type of guys. So Terry Rozier would just like guys were getting taken out of games or like they were setting up the prop bets. That's how was it Jonte Porter last year got caught?
Yes.
Um
Yes.
and to be honest, that one was pretty easy to catch. It's like, oh,
Yes.
this guy plays like 5 minutes a game.
Right.
Okay. He's shooting all these shots. Like what but
Plus, you had a
um
5-figure bet come in like before a game between
yeah,
the Hornets and Pelicans.
on
Like
on a
total
guy that
sketch.
nobody knows. A little weird.
Right.
But so with Jones, they got him from what I read in one of the trial or arrest notes or whatever.
Sure.
Um, so he was telling people to bet on games that he was a like in not informant, like a not a coach, but
Insider.
like a person of interest on a team, right?
Okay.
Um, let's say like helper. And one of those people, the name that came up was LeBron. So look, it was in a game against Milwaukee, oddly enough. News didn't break yet. So nobody knew this. He was telling people to bet, hey, they're probably going to lose. LeBron's not playing today. And that was information that wasn't supposed to be out yet. So
Interesting.
his guys were getting, yeah. So I guess they have record of him doing this twice
Yeah.
and they didn't lose both games. Let's just put it that way. So they didn't even get
Yep.
the money, and he's still screwed. Um, yeah. So there's a as I saw, Charles Barkley and those guys talking about this because it was the opening, week of
Totally.
them on ESPN. And Charles Barkley's like, these people are stupid. He's like, yeah, I bet. I like gambling. I do my thing. And Shaq's like, yeah, we used to play cards amongst ourselves and for $1,000 or whatever. But like to go and rig the integrity of the game, you're an idiot. Like they have like they literally have statisticians everywhere. And now
Yes.
with gambling, Vegas is watching every moment. And the NBA and it's like they don't just come to your door going, like you said, this started years ago. They didn't just come to the door and go, hey, we think you might be doing this. No, no. They're like,
They know.
we're the FBI. We already know. Like, just come with us.
Yes. Yeah, I mean it's totally different when feds become involved. It's just a different statute of limitations. They have
Right.
more ability that they can utilize. And the thing too that I heard about this from something that happened in the past, and I love listening to my guy Jonas Knox on
Yeah.
Fox Sports Radio. He pointed out that basically before ESPN signed this massive deal they had their story about Tim Donaghy ready to go. They knew everything about what Donaghy was doing. And plus, he is partnered with Scott Foster. Scott Foster is a weird one, man. Like, I always get a sick pit in my stomach when I realize a game is being officiated by that guy who should not be working any games whatsoever. But basically, they knew about this story when the NBA basically had signed the dotted line and their contract was 100% official. They basically then said, "Oh, and by the way, there's this Tim Donaghy, there's this ref that's basically point shaving games left and right, and here you go." It's pretty much like that. The NBA does have a serious integrity problem when it comes
Mhm.
to some of these games, and I mean the NFL's kind of come across it as well. But the NBA has been a league that has had more big time issues threatening the integrity of an entire league, more so than almost anything else. I mean, maybe baseball back in the day, and I'll still say this: Shohei Otani, in my eyes, was completely gambling on games. Whatever he was gambling on baseball. But he knew
Yeah.
from the past, oh, I'll just pull the card out of my pocket that Sammy Sosa did, where I can't speak English. Okay, well, your translator is going to take the fall. You're going to pay that
Hmm.
guy off, but you're going to be protected in a way that Michael Jordan was protected, Shohei Otani was protected, and based off what you're saying, kind of seems like LeBron might be in on this too. And the league is absolutely going to do everything they can to protect LeBron.
Right. And that's the other thing too. And I'm glad, like, yeah, Kenny the Jet kind of tried to put the nice guy spin on it. But Shaq said one thing that got my attention because I was like, oh man, I forgot all about that. He goes, I don't want to hear none of this nonsense that this was an accident or this and this.
It's not.
Every year, and I've heard this from other sports too, they do the rookie symposium where they just
Yes.
sit you in rooms and you just listen to, countless presentations and blah, blah, blah. And then Shaq said they do one on gambling and
Yep.
what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot say, what you like. This is a $1 billion enterprise. Do you think these owners are dumb? No, they know they like if stuff is happening. Perfect example. Last year, and someone brought this up, and I can't remember who. They pushed Terry Rozier under the rug for like the last 10 games or something. They quiet suspended him because they knew some stuff was happening. And then
Yep.
it also throws me for a loop that they did this in the first week of the season. And I'm like,
Yes.
were
Yep.
they trying to pop their ratings? Like, what is
Yeah.
going on
It's
here?
weird, man. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I already got like a weird feeling. I don't know, man. Like, I really maybe I'll do it at some point, but I don't know, man. Like betting prop bets on players does feel weird, and it does feel
Yeah,
really weird nowadays. And I enjoy fantasy football, but man, betting these weird prop bets on players now just has a weird feeling in my stomach. I already have kind of lost my desire to bet on these online platforms for the fact of how data is transferred and the fact that they have your info and how that payout systems work and whatnot. I really don't like that. I really do prefer betting at a casino in person on sports, but I more so enjoy betting the teams or the futures results, betting the money lines, stuff like that. But betting individual player props, man, it's a weird feeling that I really am starting to like less. I enjoy playing fantasy football, competing for cash in that sense, but it's more so because I enjoy seeing the player succeed, not betting exactly how that player is going to perform on a given day.
right. Like, and I always say that too. And I know there's fans that are like, oh, I hope my opponent's running back breaks his leg. Ah. And I always like,
No,
even stuff like that makes me go, really? Like, are you a
no,
fan of sports? Or are you just
uh-uh,
so in on this money, like,
yeah,
idea that, like, you would win at any cost?
no
And
way, man.
there's some people that say stuff like that, and then I go, "Oh, I can't talk sports with that guy because that's
Yeah, it's
like
bad.
as much as I dislike Chicago Bears and fans and blah blah blah. Like I want to beat them at their like
Hype.
greatness. I want them
Yep.
to come in going, "Yeah, we're gonna beat you today," and we're over here going, "We're gonna beat you." And now it's fun to like razz a little bit. But if it's like, "Oh, you want my guy to break his arm?"
Yeah.
That's how you want to win? That's weird.
Yeah, I can't stand for that. And yeah, I mean, this was a week too where a lot of big time running backs went down, guys that I like and I guys that are on my team as well. And it hurts to see that. And it hurts to say, even a guy like Saquon Barkley, a guy that I really like him as a player and I want to see him succeed. But part of me says, like, his body's just kind of gone as far as it can go. And it sucks to see a guy like that. I mean, Calvin Ridley, a guy who's been definitely in on gambling stuff as well. I mean, 2 weeks ago, my team played against the Titans. I'm pretty sure I saw the end of Calvin Ridley's career that day. Like, it sucks. I mean, I don't like seeing what he did in the past, but I also don't like seeing a guy who I liked his potential and what his ability was and the way he juked. I don't like the feeling that's in my stomach that I just saw a guy's career end.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. Like, I know people, hated Brett Favre and now Aaron Rodgers, and it's like, no, go succeed over there somewhere.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like, I'm
I
not
might not like
hoping
Aaron
for a guy to
Rodgers
get
in
hurt.
person, but I like seeing him play.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you. You got anything else for us, Mr. Metrics?
I think I'm good, man. I don't know. Like, my phone's like chilling at like 1%, but
Ooh,
charging. I don't know, man. I think we're at the right point to say, hey, I'm Steve Metrics. That's your boy.
DJ Triggs.
And that's no debate.